You know what?
Welcome back.
We're obviously not in our studio.
Back, everybody.
We're in a bunker somewhere in Winnipeg.
We can't tell you where.
No.
But we have decided to forego the beautiful studio that we have and instead bring you more of a homemade.
Yeah. This is what the world is coming to.
The
Wayne's World type look. Yeah.
Yes.
I could tell that's where you're going with that one.
Wayne and what was the
Garth? Yeah.
Yes. That's us. Who's Wayne? Who's Garth?
If you could tell us who Wayne and Garth's last names are in the chat, please let us know.
Do you know?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I forget. I love the movies though.
Everyone, welcome to Check In. It is great to be back with you. It has been far too long. I'm Sara Lesky. He's Jamie Thomas. We have been temporarily removed from a concert tonight. So I think so. So we will not be able to be in our studio until Sunday. So looking forward to that. But looking forward to getting set with NHL hockey returning tonight. 8 games on the NHL schedule, including the Winnipeg Jets in Vancouver as they kick off this 3-game road trip. And what a sprint it is going to be for the Jets.
How many games and how many days, Sarah?
26 games in 51 days, I believe.
Yeah.
So you're going to be seeing a lot of us.
I think
and we're excited to see a lot of you.
I think they're playing a game every Tuesday all through March and Thursday.
Oh, very random.
So block that off your calendars. You want another random thing? This is the last Wednesday game of the season for the Jets.
All right.
Yeah, that's the stuff I pulled from the game notes.
The perfect time for them to get their first win on a Wednesday of this season. We are looking forward to having Paul Edmonds join us in just a little bit. And then we're also going to have Joey Kenward, who has covered the Vancouver Canucks for
very long
decades.
Time. Yeah.
When I worked out there, I left in 2007, and Joey was covering the Vancouver Giants and the Vancouver Canucks.
Right.
Then. So he has been around for a long time, and looking forward to having him join us to give us an update on the Canucks, as they are a team, obviously, that is also outside the playoff picture, and a lot of questions about what's going to happen with that team heading into the deadline, the trade deadline next week.
Yeah. If you know the Canucks goaltender tonight.
Okay. Pronounce his name for me.
Nikita Tolopilo.
Tolopilo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Belarusian.
I got it. Yeah.
I had not heard of him before. Apparently, Kevin Lankinen's having problems getting back from the Olympics.
Yeah.
So Nikita Tolopilo will start in goal for the Canucks. We'll ask Joey about him a little bit later. So I'm fascinated to hear that. But thank you very much, Mary Jane. We missed you too. I just can't. Anyways.
You can't.
The studio.
It's just Jamie. The fact that he is not broken down in hysterics.
I was laughing so hard before.
He goes, I'm not going to be able to make it through.
I'm
not going to be able to make it through.
I can't do it. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll get over it.
Okay, let's take a quick look at what the standings are, if we can, and as we go into tonight's game. So 11 points back, and the frustrating part, the Jets obviously have a lot of work ahead of them.
Right.
Look,
they play Anaheim a couple of times.
Okay, so they play Utah once, they play Anaheim twice, Anaheim including on this road trip.
Yeah, San Jose.
They play Nashville once, San Jose twice, Chicago twice. So they certainly face a lot of the teams that are ahead of them, but it is a big hill for them to climb. They need to get going, because the frustrating part is you look at how they had been able to put together some wins in that stretch leading into the Olympic break and playing better, but they weren't able to make up any ground in the standings, which just tells you how challenging it is. But the opportunity that exists for them going forward is, as you mentioned, that a number of their games down the stretch are against teams that they are chasing in that stretch and wanting to jump over to get into the wild card spot.
Yeah, another thing too, like the Jets had a ton of practices before this game tonight in Vancouver.
Mini training camp.
And I was going, how much news are we going to have to cover here? Obviously, there's been a lot of news. But then, of course, Scott Arniel mentioning yesterday, we saw Neil Pionk out on the ice, non-contact or like in a jersey, normal white jersey. Everything's trending in the right direction. Nino Niederreiter came back from the Olympics.
Yeah.
Trending in the right direction. Everybody's excited. He was like refreshed, rejuvenated after his Olympic experience. Switzerland finished 5th. And then there's some interest. And then, of course, Josh Morrissey. He plays the first game for Canada, the Olympics, did not play the rest of the tournament. So, and then you thought, okay, maybe he'll be okay when he came back.
It was a long list.
Yeah.
Of it. So what we can tell you, so obviously with this game, and I mean, everybody, if you have been around and watched Check In over the last couple of seasons, you know that there's nothing that Jamie loves more than Pacific time zone games. So 9 p.m. start Central time tonight. And going into it though, So going into this one, we don't have the line rushes from today because morning skate has not happened yet. Obviously, they're 2 hours behind us right now. But what we do know, based on Scott Arniel's comments yesterday, is that there will be no Josh Morrissey. They are hopeful that maybe we might be able to see him next week when the team returns. There will be no Nino Niederreiter. He is out week to week. No Neil Pionk. He has suffered a different injury than what he was dealing with before. He is out week to week. Hayden Fleury is back in a regular jersey now, but he is not expected to play. Colin Miller is on the road trip. He is in a non-contact jersey. He will not go. So call-ups, but that does mean that we will see Billy Heinola in the lineup tonight, along with Salomonson.
Yeah, and of course, Tanner Pearson will draw back in the lineup as well.
Yes.
In the absence of Nino Niederreiter, Walker Dewars on the trip. Might see him a little bit later on.
For it. But one of the big conversations, we have seen Salomonson throughout the season. One of those players that always there's a lot of discussion about is Billy.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Billy coming in after being drafted, looked great early on, got his first NHL goal in Pittsburgh, and then it's just been off and on. The opportunities presented himself a few years ago, and then he breaks his ankle in the last preseason game against Ottawa. So that opportunity goes by. So it just seems like anytime Billy's about to make to the Jets, some wall comes up in front of him. So a huge opportunity for Billy Heinola, who was paired with Luke Shen yesterday in the third defense pairing.
Yeah, why don't we hear from Billy? I know that Paul Edmonds is going to drop in momentarily, but while he gets set up, let's hear from Billy and from Scott Arniel yesterday regarding his inclusion in the lineup.
All right. So, I mean, this is all about opportunity, obviously, for Billy Heinola. And we just talked about second power play minutes. That is, one of the big roadblocks for Billy is that there's Neil Pionk and Josh Morrissey in front of him, the guys that run the power play 1 and power play 2. And that's Billy's specialty. He's an offensive defenseman, and that's what the Jets draft him to be. So as long as Josh Morrissey and Neil Pionk remain in front of him, it's hard for him. But now both players out of the lineup right now, so that presents exactly the opportunity that Billy Heinola is looking for. And we always look for opportunity. Gives plenty of opportunity. As Paul Edmonds. Paul Edmonds is in Vancouver right now. Hey, Paulie, how's it going, man?
Oh, really good. That's a bit of a different look for you guys today, isn't it?
We were just talking about we've been removed from our
It
studio.
sure is.
a little cable 10 look we got going on here.
Yeah, no,
Wayne
I
and
like
Garth.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
Gotta change it up every once in a while, eh, Sarah?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, you can't get stale and stagnant. You got to
That's
keep
right.
everybody on their toes.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. I think it looks great. Would I recommend you having it on a permanent end of things?
so much.
Probably not. No, but I mean, I do like, let's see what the comfort level's like, and then maybe you can change it after a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we need a fireplace behind us personally if we're going to do this.
Okay.
Like a bookshelf over to the
Yeah,
left. or
sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
Sarah, when I was reading this book here the other day, let's talk about chapter 4. So,
Um,
Paul, we
yeah.
have the opportunity to have you on to talk about the opportunities that are being presented to Ville Heinola. It feels like a long time coming for Ville.
Well, the interesting part was, and he played most of his presser yesterday, he also went on later on to admit that perhaps the worst thing that happened to him as he was, having his NHL career unfold for the first time was being 18 years old, being drafted, and then coming to camp and impressing and thinking that he was going to make the team.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He was there for a while. I believe that was under Paul Maurice, and then he ended up going down, and it's been a tough climb back for him at that point. Now, there's nothing wrong with developing an offensive defenseman and then saying, hey, listen, we love the offense, but you learn to play defense first. Josh Morrissey did that. He had to learn how to play defense first. And then sometimes it takes a little bit more saturation or marination, whatever you want to call it, at the AHL level with the Manitoba Moose in this case, to learn to be better defensively so that you can add on and be trustworthy when the offensive opportunities come up. And I think that Ville, this time around, even though when he went down, was talking a little bit about the disappointment of going back down and not making the team, he's come back up and he's been given and granted another opportunity. And I just think through some maturity and watching him yesterday and the way he's handled himself even this morning, there's going to be that opportunity for him to say, maybe this is a time for some others to look at me within this organization in a different light, and I can show you exactly how I can play on both sides of the puck. So there's the opportunity for me that I'm watching for tonight. We know that Ville going forward will make a good first pass and he will skate the puck out of his own zone. I want to see how Ville defends. Let's not forget that they have him right now paired with Luke Schenn. You want to understand about a compliment there. Well, Luke isn't as fast as Ville. Ville can complement Luke that way, but Luke can play more physical and show Ville that end of things on angling, taking away space, being maybe an undersized defenseman in the NHL these days, but also understanding how you can be effective. And if you're looking for a tutorial, I think Luke can provide that certainly in real time. So looking forward to this tonight to see what Ville does, because I think there's a lot of people in our market within the organization and certainly maybe around in the region that are interested to see how Ville does on another opportunity. The extent of it, we're not sure, but right now he needs to seize what's in front of him.
When you look your picture, I mean, there's changes obviously to all 3 D pairings going into this game from what we would typically see, Paul, if everybody was healthy. But when you look at this game here tonight, how do you look at this opportunity for the Jets, and what do you expect this to look like? Because I have to tell you, coming back after being off the length that they have, I'm wondering if this is going to have kind of that feel of almost an exhibition game or that early preseason one. Do you think that's possible? Just as everybody tries to get their game legs back under them.
Well, I don't know that, Sarah, there's going to be a feeling out process tonight. The Jets have talked about right from that Tuesday when they reassembled after the break as the Olympics were still going on. Scott Arniel talked about hitting the ground running when they were starting the 26 and 51 days. That's tonight. So there might be a bit of a getting back up to pace, but I'm not sure that Winnipeg wants to feel their way around in this one. They need to take charge of this hockey game. And some of those changes that you're talking about and opportunities we can extend to even Logan Stanley. He's on the top pairing with DeMello. He's playing on the first power play.
Yeah.
So, you talk about opportunities, good for Logan. I mean, his stock is going up. Let's see what he can do tonight. He's quarterbacked the second power play unit in the absence of Neil Pionk leading up to the Olympic break. So this is just another elevation to his game, another reward. So that's what's going to look different. The forward core, I don't think, is going to look that much different, other than you got your top line intact. And as Scott Arniel said yesterday, he likes the way that he has positioned his centerman all the way through the depth chart from, Scheifele to Lowry to Taves to Morgan Barron. Now he's just looking for line 2A and 2B, as he referred to them, and a mix of 6 there that can score some goals and add on to what the first line is doing. So that's what is going to be maybe the difference on the forward core. But I don't think there's going to be any hesitation in the Jets game tonight. I think that they are looking at this game and saying against the Vancouver Canucks, the last place team in the National Hockey League, this is a game that we need to win. This is a game that we should win, and we should be able to put some goals up against a team that has the worst goal differential in the NHL and also has given up the most goals against in the 32-team NHL as well.
Hey, Paul, I want to dig into a little bit more the centerman situation. So Arnie says yesterday he's got the top line back together based on how well Adam Lowry and Jonathan Toews are playing that allows him to do that. How well are Adam Lowry and Jonathan Toews playing or were playing heading into the break?
Well, I think Adam, certainly by his own admission, is playing much better than at the start of the year when he came back. I mean, we don't know the level. Like, I'm certain that there are people that are listening that have had a knee replacement or a hip replacement that can tell us about what it's like to get back onto your feet and feel like you can take that full stride again. And not only that, but have the confidence in another layer of being a professional hockey player to take a bump at full speed and know that everything's going to hold there, right? So I just think it took Adam a little while to get up and running to his game. And the only way you're going to do that is by playing games, and you're not going to be at 100%. These injuries take some time, and you think that you just snap the fingers and everybody's ready to go and they're 100% healthy, but there's other things that come into it, including the mental side of the game and trusting your own body and having confidence in that. Adam's hit that stride right now, so I think that has really helped the Winnipeg Jets. And Jonathan Toews, same thing. I mean, over 900 days that he missed in NHL action, you're not just going to bounce back after a few skates in Arizona and come back to training camp and declare yourself ready to go and you're 100% to what you were in 2011, right? So from that standpoint, I think these guys and older teams, generally speaking, older players take a little while, a little longer to get up to speed. And we've seen that with the Florida Panthers the last couple of years. Certainly, I think we can say that that's been what has been an interesting mark for the Winnipeg Jets this season as well. But I think that based on those two guys and the way they played, you're pretty comfortable in matching up when you don't have last change like tonight and going into Anaheim and then certainly into San Jose with whoever they throw over the boards, you can match with one of your 3 or 4 centers. And that's the trust. And that's the level that I think the Jets have got to with Scott Arniel being able to throw any of his centermen over the boards for a draw, defensive zone, offensive zone right now because of the way they have played. And they've improved their play as they've gone along from the start of the season.
Well, Paulie, you're obviously in a different weather right now in
it's
Vancouver.
Like spring here.
So
it is. It's like spring.
With that in mind, the soup of the day is what?
I don't know yet. But I had a red
what would
pepper.
it be if you could choose any of them, Paul?
Well, the other day I had where did I go? I have to remember this. Oh, can I give a shameless plug?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, I went to Brown's Social House.
Yeah.
On Monday, after the skate, and I had it was sort of a rice-based soup, but it had some red peppers in it. It was really good. I don't know exactly what they called it, but it was homemade and it was really good. And so something with a pepper base to it and some rice, I'm all for today. If you can find that certainly on your menu at home over lunch. And lunch is just about over in 10 minutes, but you can extend it if you want. That's what I would recommend today. But we'll see what happens, what maybe soup is served up today for our lunch, 2 hours behind. But I did have a great soup at Brown's Social House on Monday.
Well, Paul, I appreciate the time. Thank you for coming into Sara and I's house. It's been very nice.
Someone pointed out in the chat, Paulie, that they're waiting for Jamie and I to read them a story because with these chairs, it's the vibe that we're giving off right now.
Somebody else commented that it looks like I'm falling asleep because I'm reading the comments while listening to you. So.
Well, it's certainly better than being certainly in somebody's basement in West St. James there and having that paneling downstairs wall stuff up like that wood paneling that looked terrible from the 70s and the early 80s. Oh boy, this is better. You got a better better situation than that.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good
All right, we'll see you guys later. Yeah, thanks a lot for having me.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh,
Paul Edmonds. It's like, seriously, this looks ridiculous.
now Jamie's lost it.
I think that's a Christmas wish list right now. Well, everybody, what would you like for Christmas?
Tell us.
Let's reach back here. We got that for you. We have some candy canes for you.
All right, let's keep things going
Yeah.
though, because otherwise, if we don't, Jamie's going to go off the rails, and we're never going to get him back on as we get ready for the Jets to resume their schedule tonight. 26 games, 51 days. It all kicks off tonight on the West Coast in Vancouver. And so, why don't we bring in the one and only Joey Kenward to join us now?
Joey has a new lighting set. I love it. I appreciate it.
What do you think of our setup, Joey?
Are you guys in your parents' basement right now?
It's pretty much it.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I like your setup. You've got product placement. I get it. It's fantastic. I'm thrilled to be able to join you from where I am. Now, I know Paul was inside Rogers Arena getting ready for tonight's game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nowhere near the rink. I'm actually here just a stone's throw away from where I live. I'm coming to you live from Pat Quinn's restaurant and bar in beautiful Tawasin, British Columbia. I'm actually talking. You want your camera to go back?
Yeah, hold on. You keep talking. I'm just going to fix this. Okay, keep going, Joey.
Yeah, go ahead. Are we on a 7-second delay here, Sarah? I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness, this has gone off the rails.
That's okay. That's all right. But I'm coming to you from Pat Quinn's, and I'm inside the trophy room, and I'm not going to move the camera around like you guys do. I'm just going to stay solid. But this is a fantastic location. Lots of memorabilia here from the Big Irishman, whether it was his time with the Canucks as a coach and GM, or even as a player, his Hockey Canada gold medal 10-year celebration memorabilia is littered around this place. I'm so thankful. It's been a long time since I've seen you guys face to face, let alone talk to you virtually. So Sarah, always good to catch up with you, and Jamie, as always, 2 minutes for looking so good.
Thanks, buddy. Well, Joey and I go way back to the Western Hockey League in the late 90s. So this is how far this is going back.
Oh, this is a real competition. Okay. Well, Joey and I go all the
I
way
heard you
back.
talk about you work with Joey in the early 2000s. I went, well,
That's right.
my beer, Sarah.
So we're all showing our age here when we're talking about
which is
connections we had
because
2
I'm
decades
only
plus ago. Yeah.
25.
Yeah, right. Hey, Nikita Tolopilo. Not going to lie. Had not heard much of him until I did some digging today. Talk about the Canucks starting goaltender here tonight.
Yeah, and the regular starter, Thatcher Demko, is done for the year. For your viewers that might not be aware, he's permanently been put on IR, requires surgery, and that's a real downer for a goaltender that came back into the lineup this year 100% healthy and just has continued to battle the injury bug. The guy that would be the go-to starter is going to be the backup tonight, and that's Kevin Lankinen, who's coming off being with Finland at their bronze medal performance at the Olympics, but he's going to get a little extra rest this evening. So Nikita Tolopilo, a Belarusian goaltender, is going to get the call tonight. Now, the majority of his season has been spent in the American League with the Abbotsford Canucks. He's put up some good numbers there. At the NHL level, while the numbers in the win-loss column, he'd like to be better. Frankly, so would everybody else in the organization. He's got 3 wins, 3 losses, and 1 result, getting a point in either OT or a shootout. But his save percentage has been very, very solid, clicking just over 91%. For a goaltender that has not a lot of NHL experience, he looks like a guy that's played a lot more at this level. Quite frankly, the team in front of him has let him out to dry, and in a bad way in a lot of the appearances that he's had. So it's a goaltender that you don't really want to look at the minutes, more so as the body of work and performance. He's one of the goaltenders of the future for this organization. He's going to get the call as this team just looks to finish off this string in as positive a light as possible. It's been a very, very disappointing year for Vancouver Canucks fans across the country, and particularly whenever they've played at home. They've got just 6 wins in their own rink, guys, going into tonight's game against the Jets.
That's unbelievable. Actually, I was looking at their numbers last night and I had to do the double take. 6, 17, and 4 at home. Yeah. Even if you thought that they were going to struggle somewhat this season, I don't think anyone could have predicted that you would see something like that.
Listen, going into this game, guys, if we were to rewind to the start of the season, looking at these teams on paper, If somebody was to have asked you, hey, coming out of the Olympic break with a month and a half to go, a 10-point gap between Vancouver and Winnipeg in the Western Conference is probably legit.
Yeah.
At the top of the standings, not a 10-point
Right.
gap from where the Jets are to where the Canucks are in the basement of the West. Like, it's been really, really disappointing for fans in both markets. I think we'd agree. And I think from Vancouver's perspective, they've had a boatload of injuries to many of their key players. They got into a rut out of the gate early, not getting enough results at home. And now, for the first time in franchise history, they're likely going to be the team with the most ping pong balls in the draft lottery.
Right.
So the home record, should it be better? Yes. Should things overall be better for the Vancouver Canucks? Yeah. But when you look at the laundry list of injured players, when you look at the fact that they haven't gotten the results at home, and when you look at the fact that they just, coming out of the Christmas break and into the new year, when they got on that slide that they were on, where I think they only had one win in a span of 14 or 15 games, you've got a team that's where it is right now, and that's playing out the string and trying to look ahead to the future as opposed to what's happening right now in the present.
So you're playing out the string. I just want to ask you're playing out the strings, but what's the narrative then around the organization right now, Joey, as you look ahead to next week? I mean, we've got trade deadline coming up. Do you expect the Canucks to be active? And is there a lot of talk about whether or not they're going to be looking to trading away some of their assets?
Yes to both questions, Sarah. There's been a ton of chatter, both inside and out this side of this market, as to what this management regime is going to do. And for Jets fans that maybe aren't aware, since Jim Rutherford became president and Patrick Alvin became the GM, that's now 5 seasons, there is no team in the league that has made more player transactions in the NHL than the Vancouver Canucks. Think about some of the names that they've dealt away. Captain Bo Horvat, Captain Quinn Hughes, all-star forward JT Miller. Like, those guys were in the gold medal final, right? They're pretty important players. Oh, and by the way, the coach that won the Jack Adams, he didn't re-sign. He went elsewhere.
Right.
Now, of course, being Rick Tocchet. A lot of change. Does that mean there's going to be a lot of change between now and 2 Fridays from today? Don't know. The organization has gone on record that, they'll entertain all options that other teams are putting on the table, whether it's for unrestricted free agents, whether it's for players that are currently under contract, or even if it's players that they locked up to long-term deals. And they've done that with a big core that they've got. Goalie Thatcher Demko, defenseman Philip Hronek, defenseman Marcus Pettersson, forwards Brock Besser, Connor Garland, and the highest paid player, Elias Pettersson. These are all players that the Canucks in the last 2 years have signed to long-term extensions. So have they made their bed and are going to stay with what they've done? Or are they going to really try to, move the meter, if you will, with transactions between now and the first Friday in March? It's really tough to tell. But based on what's happened with this regime over the last number of years, I'd be shocked if there weren't more moves made by the Vancouver Canucks over the next 7 to 10 days.
With that in mind, Joey, is it even fair to evaluate Adam Foote's coaching job this year? Or can you even do that? With some
people say the record is the record, and whoever is in charge, that's a blemish on their record. But as you said, if he had a healthy lineup for more than a week, then it's probably a more justified, assessment as to the kind. Like, he's not had a healthy lineup at all, right from the beginning of the season until, coming out of the Olympic break. Now, he's got 3 players that went into the Olympic break that are coming back into the lineup tonight. That meaning Brock Besser and Marco Rossi up front and Zeev Buium on defense. But it's tough sledding in this league, folks, when you don't have a 100% healthy lineup, or if you're missing key players. And hey, listen, I don't need to tell Jets fans that. They saw the proof is in the pudding. You take Hellebuck out of the lineup for a long time, it's tough to win. You take Morrissey out of the mix for any extended period, tough to put up results, right? So not every team's got injuries. Every team's got to play through them. But I don't know if it's a fair assessment on Adam Foote's first year as an NHL bench boss to say what's happened is on him. It's a collective effort, both on and off the ice, as to why the Canucks are sitting where they are right now in the standings.
Joey, appreciate the time, man. Thanks for coming from a really cool location. Pat Quinn's one of the best people ever.
Pat Quinn stories are second to none.
Yeah,
it is. And I know, what is it? It's 11 o'clock Pacific AM. I think it's happy hour here. But Jamie, as you and I both know, every hour is happy hour, right?
well said, my friend. Well said.
Hey,
Give it a
great
fair
to
in
see
there,
you.
too.
Great to see you guys. I really look forward in the future to seeing you in person. You both have been a big support to me off the mic, and it's great to connect with you guys. Enjoy the game tonight. All right.
Thanks,
You
buddy.
too, Joey.
Enjoy the game tonight. Joey Kenward joining us from Pat Quinn's. Well, it's been an adventure.
It really has. I feel compelled to sit like
You
this
should.
just to
Like,
try
I
to
just
get
pull you
myself
over.
back in frame.
Get over here.
We've
Get
got
over
about,
here, little one.
We've got
Come
about
on.
half the wall showing. So with that in mind, we're going to I think we're just going to call this and say, look, the Jets are playing tonight.
Yes.
You know that. It's
Yeah.
the first of 3 games. They play tonight in Vancouver. They
Right.
play on Friday
Agreed.
in Anaheim, and then they
Yes.
close out in San Jose, and then they come home. And March is a very busy month. As we quickly throw out the schedule for the month
Clear
of
your
March,
calendars, everybody.
look at, you are going to be spending so much time with us every other day, pretty much, and that includes an 8-game homestand when they come back from San Jose. So looking forward to all of it. It'll be Eric Comrie in net tonight. His last 3 starts, he has save percentage above .950 in each of the 3 games. It'll be interesting to see. I know that Paulie talked about how, he doesn't expect there to be a feeling out process. I'm still interested, first period, when everyone's getting back into it,
Yeah.
what it's going to look like on both sides.
Mhm.
Both offensively and defensively, but looking forward to this one here tonight is the Jets 10-15-3 on the road, 11 points back of a wild card spot right now, and very much need to get on a roll right out of the gate.
On behalf of our boss, Adam Kruger, is holding the camera there. Paul Edmonds, Joey Kenward.
By then we should just move it, and we could just,
Yeah.
we just
Can you
keep
follow us?
following along, and just, like, we're going this way. We will have everything figured out
Yeah.
for Friday,
New-
but we always
new
love
tech.
seeing so many of you in the chat. Thanks so much for joining us as well. Enjoy the game tonight. You enjoy the late night writing
Thank
tonight
you.
as well. Just had to.
I'm going to
throw
phone
that
you
in
to see if
there.
you're still up.
I'm
How
going to be
about
having soup.
that? Yeah. Okay.
All right. We have a great day, everybody. We will see you on Friday. Join us when we get you set for the game in Anaheim.
Thanks for watching.